Spencer Horwitz. Spencer Horwitz is with the Toronto Blue Jays. He went to college in Radford. He was born November 14th, 1997. He is 25 years old. He's 5'10", 190 pounds, drafted in 2019 by the Blue Jays, round 24, pick 717. So we got a track record here. We got, a big track record with Horwitz. We have 1,448 at bats throughout his minor league career. He did end up and played all season in AAA. Over his career in the 1,448 at bats, he had a 302 average, 407 on base, slugged 464, and his on base plus slugging in his career is 871. That's impressive, because I'm going to dive back into his AAA stats for this year, because that's going to be a little bit more telling than him growing up through the minors. He had 392 at-bats this year. He hit 10 home runs. He had 9 stolen bases. His average was 337, had an on-base percentage of 450, slugged 495 with a whopping on-base plus slugging of 945. 30 doubles, and that was another thing that I wanted to mention on our last one. Our last one had 25 doubles. We have 30 doubles here. Those are big time numbers. This profile is big time. He is 25. He is 25, and he's blocked in Toronto. Little bit skeptical of that, but Ross, what do you got on Spencer Horwitz?
Wow, what an interesting profile. And this guy is going to sneak totally under the radar because of all the factors you just laid out. 25, he's old, he's blocked, he's only 5'10", 190, and he's playing first base. There's a lot of little things that you look at here and you could just see that this guy is going to fly right under the radar. But man, what a good season he had this year. And it's guys like this that make me love STS projections, because they bubble such interesting players up. He walked more than he struck out this year. He hit 337. That's impressive. Power's not quite there like you would like to see for a first base type of player, but super interesting overall profile for this season especially. And he did get some time in the major leagues, only 44 plate appearances. Didn't do a whole lot, but if they can find him regular plate appearances, I think this is a guy that could be valuable.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely a buy low opportunity, just because he's coming with no notoriety at all. He's free probably in most cases. STS gives him an above average hit tool, which seems to fit the bill for what I'm seeing looking at the numbers. Below average power at 35, which it does look like he's got below average power to me as well. And then no speed to speak of, which is probably not a surprise since he's playing first base. But yeah, super interesting. I think this is a guy you probably want to keep an eye on as somebody that can step in and fill in a spot, or maybe a free agent pickup that can help you out in a pinch, or maybe he finds a regular spot somewhere and he actually is valuable, and you probably can get him for free. So
Yep.
Super interesting name. Keep an eye on him.
So I would be not staring. I would have an ear on the wall if there was an injury in Toronto next year, because this would be an instant call up, and that could be for multiple positions. That could be first, second, maybe third. The power's the problem here. I have a fun. So STS has a comp for Spencer Horwitz as Frankie Hayes. I don't know who Frankie Hayes is. I'm sure you probably do, Ross. No, okay. Well, okay. So STS has. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Keep going with your train of thought.
So STS has Spencer Hayes as a comp. I have a face comp for Spencer Horwitz. The height is different. The build is different. Actually, the whole profile is different. But for some reason, when I look at this guy, all I can see is Dan Ugla. So I'm just like instantly like,
interesting.
it's Dan Ugla. So now I'm thinking, well, maybe he can play second for Toronto.
You're just saying that because he's got that thick neck. That's what you're looking
Yeah.
at there.
I remember announcers used to saying too, like, if you're going to get into a fight with a team, make sure Dan Ugla's not on that team, because I guess he was just a monster.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Frankie Hayes, looking through his career, I see why STS is picking up on him. Pretty stable around bat, not a ton of power, but he did top out with a 20 home run season. Really good plate discipline, good overall hitting numbers through the first half of his career anyway. And then it looks like he started tailing off near the end. Kept his plate discipline up though, so it's an interesting comp.
Cool. Anything else on Mr. Horwitz?
I don't think so. I think it's a good person to watch and make sure you're keeping a close eye on him next season.
Yeah, for sure.